All right, our last genetic problem we're going to do today is codominance. Now, codominance is what happens when an organism inherits two alleles and each allele is dominant. Now, if both alleles that it inherits are considered dominant, that means we would represent those alleles with capital letters. So, for instance, in cows, there's cow hair color that's like a reddish brown. So it's actually kind of reddish brown. And so they say to have a fully red-haired cow, it has to have inherited capital R and capital R. Now, if you have a cow that is completely white-haired, then it had to inherit capital W, capital W. Now, the reason why this is not lowercase r's is because the white feature is also dominant, which means in codominance, both traits are equally dominant, so the reddish-brown trait passed with the white trait would create offspring that we would say is RW, and you get a cow that actually has reddish-brown hair and white hair on its body. So there's no blending. Both original phenotypes or colors or appearances will just simply show up in the offspring. So you get a mixture of usually two phenotypes just being there. So they call these cows that have the red and white speckled hair coats roan cows. So over here on our Punnett square, we are going to do a Punnett square and act out a roan cow mixing with a roan cow, or mating with a roan cow. And so a roan cow has to be a red and a white-haired cow, which means it has to have the red allele and the white allele. Now notice this is different from incomplete dominance because now I'm writing the alleles as capital letters because each is dominant. And then over here, another roan cow would be capital R, capital W. So when I fill in the Punnett square, this would be the offspring. So if I were to write the genotypic ratio for this, I would say the genotypic ratio is 1 capital R to 1, 2 capital RWs to 1 WW. And then if I wanted the phenotypic ratio, I would say, okay, this cow has only big R's. So 1 red-brown haired cow, all red hair, to these both would have 2 red/white haired cows, or roan. And then this cow that inherited the WW would actually have 1 cow that has complete white hair. So the genotypic ratio is 1 to 2 to 1, and the phenotypic ratio is 1 to 2 to 1. All right, I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions, come see me.